the one-child policy is one of the most special policies in China, initiated in 1980 and relaxed in 2015. There's no doubt that this policy has contributed greatly to global population control.
Daniel Goodkind, an analyst with the U.S. Census Bureau, argued that the one-child policy implemented after 1970 prevented China from adding about 400 million people to its population. Today, we focus on the impact of the policy on individuals or children. We interviewed 3 people from different backgrounds who were born during that time.
是的，我是独生子女，我和我的家人呢生活在一个北方的城市哈尔滨，因为父母是公务员的缘故呢，所以当时对于公务员必须严格遵守一些有关于一胎的政策。我记得当时在上小学的时候，我们一个班50人左右，只有2到3个不是独生子女。
我是独生子女，但是我身边大部分朋友都不是独生子女。我的老家是一个南方小乡村，然后在那里执行政策的并不是很严格，因为大部分南方人传宗接代的观念都很强。
Because Northeast China was an earlier area of industrialization and urbanization, the one-child policy was strictly enforced in the Northeast and more flexibly in the South.
I'm from a very traditional family in the southern part of China, so I'm not the only child. I have a little sister and a little brother, and my parents really wanted a boy, so they were willing to pay the fine.
Human rights advocate Dr. Li Mingsuan argues that the one-child policy unintentionally contributed to gender equality by elevating the status of girls within families.
Has the fight affected your family much?
So to be honest, because my family is pretty well off, the fine didn't really make a big impact on my family as it was only 5,000 yuan. But this fine may cause a great pressure on families with lower income who want to have more children.
Actually, the fine is charged as a percentage of the annual income. Zhang Yimou, director of the opening ceremony of the 2008 Olympic Games, was fined about 7.5 million RMB for giving birth to 7 children.
你认为一胎政策对你个人有什么影响？
我和我的朋友们呢讨论过这个问题。我认为最大的影响呢就是经济方面的问题。因为如果未来结婚，对方也是独生子女的话，也许我会需要赡养4个老人，所以我认为养老的压力会比一些非独生子女的家庭更大。
Filial piety is one of the traditional virtues in China, and it is the duty of young people to support their parents. It is written into Article 11 of the Law on the Protection of the Rights and Interests of the Elderly. If both spouses are only children, a family model called 4-to-1 emerges after 2 generations. If this policy is not changed, there will be 8 4-to-1 family models. As a result, the pressure on the youngest generation to support the elderly will be even greater.
我也没有所谓的小皇帝综合症，我懂得分享的乐趣，有同理心，而且懂得尊重他人。但是对比其他的非独生子女的孩子，我总感觉小时候的学习压力会比较大，因为我是家中唯一一个男孩，父母和爷爷奶奶他们会把所有的精力都花在我身上，他们也会过分地关注我的每一个举动。
So as I mentioned, I come from a family with many children, so this policy doesn't affect me personally, but if this policy was strictly implemented by the officials, I would be the only child in my family, and I can get all the love from my parents.
We can see that only children may feel pressure, whether from financial or family aspects. In general, the implementation of the one-child policy varies in different cities. With different family backgrounds, only children are affected differently by the one-child policy.